We have all experienced days where giving up seems like the only sensible option.
Rain is the only thing that can save us now. It's so bad. It's just so bad.
Moments which feel like they are designed to crush our spirits.
Oh, it's hailstorm! It's a hailstorm! The hails are like 1.5 centimeter diameter. Holy crap!
But how do we find the courage to take 1,000 more steps forward?
That's what's left of my horse. He broke the reins, he pulled himself away.
When quitting can be accomplished by just taking one step back. Friends, we are Joe and Liisu, and in the last 2 episodes, you saw how we sold our home in Europe.
End of an era.
To buy 2 horses in Mongolia.
Those 2 beautiful animals belong to us.
How we went through vigorous training with Mongol horsemen to increase our chances of surviving on our solo trek in the middle of isolated wilderness. And together with us is Lex, another solo trekker who we decided to join forces with.
We should definitely go together. I should not go alone.
Yeah.
Because after hearing about the difficulties on our route,
Around here, it's not easy to move around.
working together seemed like the only thing that would give us hope to overcome the challenges ahead. And today's journey starts from the 2nd day on our solo adventure.
Oh man, we are blessed. We're traveling together with a morning person.
Well, I'm trying.
It was a calm and beautiful morning, and for the first time we got to immerse ourselves into the routine that would shape our lives for the coming weeks. We made coffee and breakfast on fire.
We have overnight oats with cranberries and plums. And of course, can't forget the coffee. That's the main thing.
Washed our dishes and got drinking water from a nearby river.
Not somebody's.
Then we packed up the camp and readied our ride to start the first full day on horseback.
I think it's a pretty good statistics here. We started with 4 horses and already on the first day we got 5. We're done, finally. It's around 12 o'clock.
Even riding that morning was smooth and easy. We saw herds of cows and yaks grazing next to nearby nomadic settlements. And with every step forward, our confidence grew. After a couple of hours like this, signs of other people became rare.
There seems to be less and less houses and gers.
But it was also expected, because Mongolia, after all, is the most scarcely populated country on Earth. And I'm not gonna lie, having all of this beautiful nature to ourselves felt pretty amazing. Green endless hillsides, beautiful rivers. Yet as the settlement stayed behind, a new problem arose.
Just like the other girl told us, the flies start here. There's more and more by every minute.
Suddenly there was hundreds of flies and horseflies circling our heads.
Flies are getting intense.
We had been warned that this year was a true anomaly.
Her body, like all over her body, was swollen because of bites.
A nightmarish situation when it came to the insects. Many local nomads who used to have their summer residences here had to move their herds downriver this year to avoid the infestation. And it quickly became clear why.
Around those mud holes, bees started attacking us. I again had to jump off so that I would take the hit, so that they wouldn't sting the horses.
We felt like piles of fresh poop with all of those flies circling our heads. But even worse, our horses became more stressed by the minute.
Yes, exactly.
What followed was hours of pushing through the pain.
Dealing with one nervous horse is bad. I don't know what Lex is going through.
Even riding with such anxious horses was nearly impossible.
There's no denying it, like the best thing I brought on this journey are those boots. They are used by many nature armies, waterproof, very comfy, and yeah, if you would also like to get some really durable and trustworthy travel gear, then make sure to follow the link in the description of this video.
And remember, all of our favorite travel gear can now also be yours on a discounted price if you use the code August10 on our webpage. Yet all of this suffering continued until finally, overwhelmed by exhaustion, we decided to make camp.
Oh my god. I've never seen so many flies in my life.
Around 8 in the evening, the flies finally vanished.
Holy crap. So Lex was wearing merino wool shirt and the horseflies could just puncture through it. And look at that back.
Yum 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 yum.
But little did we know that all of this was just a small appetizer compared to the full meal of problems that was waiting for us on the following morning. The fly situation on the next day was worse than we had ever seen before. The horses were panicking.
Hey, yes, I know it's super stressful.
They looked for shelter in the bushes and tried to bite and kick us to relieve their own suffering.
He almost kicked me in the face 5 times.
It's so stressful. Getting the saddles on today, holy crap.
And also the tension between us was rising.
This is very bad. I told you the green part has to go to the end. Yes,
Put
you
it
emptied
again.
it and you have to do everything again.
The air was so thick between us that you could cut it with a knife.
We can do this together. Good job. Ooh.
And I'm pretty sure that the only reason why we didn't turn back this very moment was simply because we were not able to discuss anything meaningful amongst ourselves. Riding with such stressed horses was not an option.
Yes. Come now.
And so one by one, we left the campsite behind.
Come now. Oh, it's been a crazy freaking morning.
I guess it took me about 3 kilometers of walking to properly cool down. And that's when I saw it. My horse was even more nervous than before, since I took him away from his herd.
I ran in front. Liisu and her horse and stuck on a first river.
And whether we liked it or not, me, Liisu and Lex were now also part of the group. And I guess I slowly started to understand that the only way to survive the situation was to work as a team. When the others finally caught up with the group, there seemed but one remedy to this situation.
Please, rain!
We were pretty much begging for rain.
Rain is the only thing that can save us now. It's so bad. It's just so bad.
And then for a whole 2 minutes, it seemed like peace had finally arrived.
Storm clouds are here, flies are gone. Feels so amazing.
Yet as the saying goes, you have to be careful with what you wish for.
Oh, you're such a good horse. Yes.
The rain quickly turned into a biblical storm.
Oh, it's hailstorm. It's a hailstorm. The hails are like 1.5 centimeter diameter. Holy crap.
Horses were panicking.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
It felt almost like playing paintball with the sky itself. And our only option was to quickly find shelter.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Come. And I'm in your face. Your face cannot get hit. No, it's okay. It's okay.
It was near impossible keeping the horses calm, while knowing that there was no quick fix to their pain.
Whoosh,
Whoosh. Whoosh.
But then, suddenly, Lex noticed something in the distance. Something that should not have been there. But I'm not gonna lie.
Holy crap!
These abandoned stables felt like the gift from the gods.
Yeah, we made it.
It saved us from the eye of the storm.
So cold. The hail pieces, they're huge and they hurt.
And once the horses were safe,
Next to the horse shed, we found a abandoned house and we got into the front room. It's still leaky here, but we're not soaking wet. We're not gonna touch that door. If it's your house and you're looking, I don't know, put your bank details in a comment and we will, we will refund you for 1 night stay or like 2 hour stay. But it's so nice to be in a not wet place.
we were freezing and soaked from head to toe. And although it was barely lunchtime, it felt like this day had lasted for centuries. Yet as the storm passed, new problems were just around the corner.
Fuck. That's what's left of my horse. He broke the reins, he pulled himself away.
It really felt like the universe was playing a prank on me.
I can't believe it. This is what's left of my horse.
Like we hadn't already suffered enough. I simply had no energy to panic. And so I realized that I had been preparing for something like this to happen for the whole previous week. You see, from the first day of training, I started brushing my horse. Mongolians don't usually do it. But still, although strange at first, the horses grew to like it.
Usually they just bolt away in the morning. They're caught with a lasso, but I'll see if this works.
I guess I had sort of gained their trust, and I could approach my horse even when he was free. But well, before I could see my master plan in action,
He came back just by himself. We didn't pay him any attention.
So that's good to know. If one horse escapes, just let him wander a bit.
I guess it was just another proof that out here, in the middle of nowhere, we were truly one herd.
So I'm gonna make new reins out of this one here. Wow.
Our group was back on the road by late afternoon.
Finally we're on the road.
And although the conditions were still far from perfect, then for the first time on our journey, we slowly started working as a team.
I hope we survive this.
We took turns leading the way.
Let's go.
And even as we encountered our first swamp,
Super swampy. Like really thick mud.
we knew that if the horses lacked the bravery to cross it, then with a little help from us, they were still happy to follow.
This is where it gets hard. Good boy. Oh my. We just crossed the freaking swamp. But Liisu's horse refuses to go. Oh well, my feet are already wet, so I'm gonna go and at least try to save the day.
Good horse. Good job, buddy. What's up?
I'm tired. Just swallow the freaking fly as well.
Finally, about an hour before sunset, our road led us to a perfect place where to set camp. It was located on the side of the mountain, surrounded by raw natural beauty.
How do you feel?
Extremely tired, emotionally and physically. I think my horse feels the same.
I'm just happy to be here and that the day's done.
We had survived what is perhaps the most challenging day of our lives. And if you were to ask me if we thought about quitting that night, then yes, 100 times yes. But why didn't we? Well, I like to believe that it was because now we knew that we can face almost any difficulty on our route as long as we supported each other as a team. But perhaps more honestly, we simply didn't realize that everything we had seen so far was only just the beginning.
Yay! So freaking cool.
This is trouble, definitely.
Come on, Billy. Come on. Two, three, jump. Two.